We'll come right up here to the front, to the gentleman. Oh, we'll go right here, and then we'll pull it up here.
Hi, my name is Brandon Strock. I created the Walk Away campaign, the movement of people walking away from the Democratic Party. Thank you.
Well done, my man.
Thank you.
You created it.
I created it. I'm the OG.
All right, I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah. Over the last couple of years, nearly 1 million people have joined the movement. We have tens of thousands of people who've created video and written testimonials telling their stories about walking away. I might be a little bit biased, but I believe it's one of the most powerful and impactful grassroots movements happening in the conservative movement. I also think it's the most exciting thing. Despite this fact, the RNC has never acknowledged the Walk Away campaign or the Walk Away movement or any of the work that we've done. And no Republican presidential candidate has acknowledged the Walk Away campaign. So I'd like to extend the opportunity for you to be the first Republican presidential candidate to acknowledge Walk Away, and I'd love the opportunity to interview you someday if that would be possible.
Amen. We're
Thank
in.
you.
Thank you, and congratulations for what you're doing.
You're welcome.
Recognize this man for his efforts. I appreciate that.
And if I may say quickly, because of the success of Walk Away, I was targeted on January 6th. I was raided by the FBI, arrested, and thrown in jail. I did not enter the Capitol on January 6th. I did not commit any violence, vandalism, theft, or destruction, but my life was torn apart by the United States Department of Justice and the FBI. And the majority of my case was a complete and total lie. I was put in a position where I had to take a plea deal as opposed to going along with going to trial and potentially facing years in prison for things I did not do. I'm pretty sure that you will answer the question that you would pardon J6 prisoners, but I'd like to take it a step further and ask, because a lot of Republicans have stated that they would, or the candidates have stated that they would.
Only two, but yes, I'm one of them.
Right. What I have a problem with is that a lot of them add the caveat, if people didn't really do anything wrong. The problem I have with this is I have yet to meet a Republican in leadership who knows any of the details of any January 6th case or why people pleaded guilty to crimes that they did not commit. So will you please take the time to learn why people pled guilty to crimes that they didn't commit?
Amen. So you have my commitment on that. This one gets under my skin because this goes to the heart of why we have, they put in the First Amendment for a reason. The First Amendment. It's the reason why I don't know if there one's going to walk in tonight. Every time a protester walks into the room here, many events, it's happened. I traveled college campuses across this country. We had 1,200 kids that showed up in 24 hours notice in UT Austin on my way to the southern border. Not all of them agreed with me. We got protests at campuses when we show up. I give them the microphone, even if we disagree, because that's the American way. You tell people they cannot speak, that is when they scream. You tell people they cannot scream, that is when they tear things down. And our founding fathers understood that as well as we ought to today. So I've actually been very clear. I don't do the wishy-washy stuff. Anybody for whom there is no evidence of physical violence, J6 protesters who were peaceful, that is no evidence of violence, they will get a pardon on day one of my administration.
Thank you.
That's the answer.
Thank you. Thank you. All I would say is please know that a lot of people pled guilty to committing violence who did not commit violence.
I understand the pressure of that, and every case will be looked at one by one to make sure we get to justice.
Thank you.
Man. We're going to come here for one last question, and then we'll wrap it up.